Karl Urban.
Karl-Heinz Urban is a New Zealand actor. He is best known for playing Éomer in the second and third installments of Peter Jackson's The Lord of the Rings trilogy, Dr. Leonard Bones McCoy in Star Trek and Star Trek Into Darkness, Cupid and Julius Caesar in Xena, Warrior Princess, Vaako in the Chronicles of Riddick, and Judge Dredd in the 2012 film Dredd. He won acclaim for his performances in New Zealand films The Price of Milk and Out of the Blue. He recently played the main character John Kennex in the television series Almost Human.
Early life.
Urban was born in Wellington, New Zealand. His father, a German immigrant, owned a leather goods store, and his mother once worked for film facilities in Wellington. Through his mother, the young Urban was exposed to classic New Zealand cinema, and developed an interest in the film industry. Urban attended St Mark's Church School, where he showed an early love for public performance. His first acting role came at age 8, when he had a single line in one episode of the New Zealand television series Pioneer Woman. Though continuing to take part in school stage productions, he did not act professionally again until after high school. He attended Wellington College from 1986 to 1990, then Victoria University of Wellington in the Bachelor of Arts program for 1 year, then left to pursue his acting career. Over the next few years, he appeared in several local TV commercials in addition to theatre roles in the Wellington area. Eventually he moved to Auckland, where he was offered many guest roles in TV shows, one of which was playing a heroin addict in the police drama Shark in the Park. Urban then moved briefly to Bondi Beach, Sydney, Australia in 1995, before returning to New Zealand the following year.
Career. New Zealand roles.
Urban was seen on the internationally syndicated American-New Zealand TV series Hercules, The Legendary Journeys, and on its spin-off Xena, Warrior Princess, in which he played the recurring roles of both Cupid and Julius Caesar from 1996 to 2001. He also made an appearance as Mol in the episode Altered States, from the first season of Xena. Both programs were filmed in New Zealand. In 2001, he appeared in the offbeat rural romance The Price of Milk, for which he received his first nomination at the New Zealand Qantas Film and Television Awards. Urban later won acclaim for his portrayal of policeman Nick Harvey in Out of the Blue, a dramatisation of New Zealand's Aramoana massacre, for which he won the Qantas Film and Television Award for Best Supporting Actor in 2008.
International roles.
Urban's first Hollywood role was in the 2002 horror film Ghost Ship. Since then, he has worked on many high-profile movies, including the second and third installments of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, The Two Towers and The Return of the King, The Bourne Supremacy, as Russian Federal Security Service agent Kirill, The Chronicles of Riddick, Star Trek and Doom. The Hollywood Reporter speculated that Urban was one of several actors being considered for the part of British Secret Service Agent 007 in Casino Royale, directed by fellow New Zealander Martin Campbell. However, he was unable to make the audition because of filming commitments. The role eventually went to Daniel Craig. Urban played John Reaper Grimm in Universal Pictures' Doom, based on the first-person shooter video game Doom, which was released on October 21, 2005. In 2007, he starred in the Viking adventure Pathfinder. A longtime fan of westerns, Urban appeared as Woodrow Call on Comanche Moon, the CBS miniseries prequel to Lonesome Dove, in January 2008. In 2009, he played Dr. Leonard Bones McCoy, a role famously originated by DeForest Kelley, in the 11th Star Trek film. A fan of the Star Trek franchise since childhood, Urban actively pursued a role in the film. His performance was widely embraced by the Star Trek fan community for its faithfulness to the spirit of Kelley's McCoy. In 2009, Urban appeared as himself in the documentary film Reclaiming the Blade, discussing his sword-wielding experience in films such as The Lord of the Rings. Urban next appeared as CIA agent William Cooper in Red, adapted from the DC Comics graphic novel of the same name and co-starring Bruce Willis and Helen Mirren. He portrayed Black Hat, a villainous priest-turned-vampire, in the film adaptation of the Korean Main Priest, released in 3D in 2011. In 2012, Urban starred as law-enforcing comic book hero Judge Dredd in the film Dredd. In an interview with Shave magazine, Urban described it as a high-octane, action-fueled film about the day in the life of Dredd. The film was directed by Pete Travis, with a script by Alex Garland. Though it underperformed at the box office, Dredd was well received by critics. He reprised his role of Bones McCoy in the sequel to Star Trek Into Darkness, which was released May 15, 2013. Urban will next be seen in the ensemble thriller The Loft, a remake of the Belgian film of the same name. Filmed in New Orleans and Belgium, it is helmed by the director of the 2008 original, Eric Van Looy. In 2013, Urban stars as Detective John Kennex in Almost Human, the new TV series created by J.H. Wyman. The series is set 35 years into the future when humans in the LAPD are paired up with lifelike androids, as a detective who has a dislike for robots ends up being teamed up with one with emotional feelings.
Personal life.
Urban married Natalie Ng, who was his makeup artist on The Privateers, in September 2004. Together they have two sons, Hunter, born November 2000, and Indiana, Indy, born January 2005 and named for the eponymous hero of the Indiana Jones franchise, which Urban has cited as among his favorite films, with the exception of The Crystal Skull. They live in Auckland, New Zealand. Urban serves as a celebrity ambassador for KidsCan, a charity which currently supports over 16,000 disadvantaged children in New Zealand by providing them with essentials such as food, clothing, and shoes. He is a fan of rugby union. In particular, the New Zealand All Blacks national team.
Filmography. Video games.